Hi everyone, my name is Anna and I'm a graduate scientist from the University of Cambridge and now an educational consultant. And this is my new book series where I'm going to be discussing my favorite personal development books, as you guys might not have all the time in the world to read them all. So in this series, I will be summarizing the main points that really resonated with me. And the first book that we'll be discussing in this video is called How to Think Big by David Schwartz. So let's get into it. So to tell you the truth, I could not stop reading this book. Personal development books vary a lot and some of them do take time to read. But this one, I just could not put it down. So I read it here on my little Kindle, The Magic of Thinking Big, and I made 130 highlights, and I've never made so many highlights in any other books. I would really highly recommend for you guys to read this book, and the link will be in the description box below. This book is considered classics of personal development because it was written in 1950s, so before the technology and all the phone. So it really focuses on the basic principles of human nature and how to be happy. Number one, think everything is possible without all excuses. So Dr. Schwartz discusses that many people have dreams, but they have so many excuses why not to pursue them. Too old, too young, not enough time, not enough money. He provides so many examples in his book where all these fears can be beaten. Basically the idea that you can pursue your dreams, whatever they might be. What he recommends is taking a piece of paper and actually generating ideas and why your dream is actually possible. And what you will find that if you spend a couple of hours or a day on it, you will find many reasons of why your dream is actually possible to pursue. And this gives your brain a problem to solve. And the way our brain works is, you know, when we start thinking about something and then we have this eureka moment that, wow, we have a solution. Well, it's exactly the same way. So if you have a dream and you really want to pursue it, then tell your brain that it is possible and it will subconsciously work on it and provide you with few ideas of how you can pursue it. Number two, stop negative thinking and deposit positive thoughts into your brain. So our brain is a factory of thoughts. Our brain produces positive and negative thoughts, but human brains tend to go more for negatives. So it's important to recognize when you have negative thoughts and try to minimize their occurrence. So because otherwise we don't want to reinforce neuronal pathways in our brain. And what a good exercise is to actively deposit positive thoughts into your brain. And what Dr. Schwartz recommends is actually doing it just before you go to bed. So dream your dreams, deposit positive thoughts, so the next day or weeks you can draw upon that. Number three, avoid negative thinkers. So let's say you came up with your dream, you really decided to pursue it, which is great, good for you guys. And you have a plan and you share it with some of your friends or acquaintances. And suddenly one of your acquaintances gives you maybe 3 to 5 reasons why you shouldn't be pursuing it. And the way to react to these things, of course, listen to any good advice. But some people just love to think negatively and they always try to belittle other people. And there are so many of those people that they will just go and criticize your dreams, your passions. And it's important just to ignore them and know that these people are normally unsuccessful themselves. Let them be, ignore them and just ignore what they say as well. And now I basically don't tend to socialize with such people at all. Remember that positive and great people, they always bring the best out of the people. Number 4, practice to say awesome. Often we're asked, so how are you? Anna, how was your day? And we go, oh, okay, well, it's fine, it's good. How about yours? And Dr. Schwartz recommends practice saying awesome. Listen to that. So if you go, Anna, how are you? And I go, thank you so much, I'm awesome today. It sounds so much better, doesn't it? So the idea is that if you sound super positive, then you're sharing that positive energy with other people. So I would highly recommend to start doing it. And I do this on a daily basis myself now. Number 5, show positive attitude towards your job or your studies. All jobs have positive and negative sides associated with them. But again, we tend to focus on negatives and we tend to moan about those negatives to our friends and kind of spread that negative energy. A similar thing happens with studies where students just say, well, the lectures are bad, the lessons are bad, oh, I hate this assignment and I have so much work to do, and it goes on and on. And it's important to realize, whether it's a job or your studies, that it's a great opportunity for you and it's a stepping stone for maybe your future dream or careers. This is particularly useful when you go to a job interview and you give off that feeling that you know whatever you do is important. So again, your job might have negatives, but if you do what is important and it matters to many other people and you add something to community, then this will differentiate you in interviews as well. Number 6, make people feel important. His book, Dr. Schwartz, shares a story of one bus driver that always used to wait a minute or so for one of the customers to run down the road and get on the bus. The reason why the bus driver was waiting for that guy is that that person used to compliment the bus driver at every opportunity. He would say things, gosh, how do you drive this metal monstrosity? People's jobs depend on you because you drive everyone so they get on time to their jobs. Gosh, your job is so important. So he made that bus driver feel very important. And he complimented him at every single opportunity. And this is such an important lesson because all of the people, they do something very important and they bring their part to their community. So it's so important, if someone helps you in any way, always make it a habit to compliment them on their job. And I implemented this habit myself. Number 7, never accept defeat. Our life is full of obstacles. And every time we overcome an obstacle, it actually makes us stronger. So it's so important, if we ever have any setbacks in our lives, is treat them as learning opportunities and actually analyze them and say, okay, well, what can I do better? Or what I can avoid the next time? And take it as a learning opportunity. So the more obstacles you have in your life, stronger your resilience will be. So take that opportunity and don't let setbacks and defeats keep you away from your dream. Still pursue them. This brings us to the last point of the book, number 8. And this is to dedicate daily time to thinking. So we all lead busy lives. And whenever we have any spare time, we tend to jump on our phones, laptops, etc., etc. So it's important to actually book into your diary a daily thinking time where you just maybe take a piece of paper and just write or do some journaling. Even if you just sit and don't do anything but you think, it's very, very good for personal development. You could even go further and create a weekly improvement program for yourself where you take loads of notes throughout the week during your daily thinking time, and then you dedicate another slot once per week where you go through your notes and you actually analyze it and see how you can implement it into good habits or positive thinking or future actions. Anyway, guys, I highly, highly recommend you read this book. You can see I'm very passionate about it and it taught me so much. And this is just kind of a brief overview of the points that really resonated with me. So the link is below in the box, and I hope you like this book club and give it a thumbs up. And I will be doing this on a fortnightly basis where I'll be releasing more and more videos on books. So if you want to hear about any book in particular, then again, leave it in the comments box below, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.